Okay, today we are reading chapter 7 and 8. So chapter 7 is electricity in our homes, and then we're also going to read all the way through actually chapter 9, famous hydroelectric plants. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do today for the next 3 chapters, we're going to think about the titles. Are they good descriptions for the information? Do you think can you turn them into questions? So, electricity in our homes, could we turn that into a question? Think about that. So, the water power that spins a turbine eventually becomes electricity that lights our homes. But how does this happen? When water spins a turbine, it turns a shaft that is connected to a generator. The generator is what makes electricity. The round rotor, which contains magnets, spins inside the generator. Spinning magnets create electricity in the stator, a metal piece that surrounds the rotor. Wires inside the stator carry the electricity out of the generator. So we have a diagram down here, and it shows a turbine generator. It says moving water makes the turbine spin. This spinning energy is turned into electrical energy by the stator. So you can see the water is spinning this turbine, which is then also spinning this shaft, and the rotor that has the magnets, right, for the stator. Okay, and then on this page we have the power grid lines are part of the grid system, bringing electricity from plants to homes. Okay, so we can make a connection here. On the last page, the text and illustration here are very similar to what we saw in the earlier section about mills. It looks like the generator is very similar to the grinder that we might find in a mill. So both rely on spinning, but a turbine generator has magnets that are spinning and generating electrical charges because of their movement. All right, let's read this page now. The electricity travels through the wires to a power system. From there, power lines carry it all over. The electricity is then turned into power for homes and factories. And we have this text box down here. The biggest yet. A planned hydroelectric station is in the works on the Red Sea in the Middle East. When it is built, it will be the world's biggest hydroelectric plant. Okay, chapter 8, who uses water power? Right, so let's take a look at our image here. This one only has one image today. Kurobi Dam in Japan. Kurobi Dam is the largest dam in Japan. It is 186 meters or 610 feet high. The 5 countries that use the most hydroelectric power in the world are China, Canada, Brazil, the United States, and Russia. Norway, India, and Japan also get lots of electricity from water. Canada gets more of its electricity from water than any other country. In fact, hydroelectric plants are so common there that many Canadians refer to any power plant as a hydro. What places are good for creating water power? Areas with lots of rain or snow will have more flowing water. Also, rivers that travel from high to low areas are more powerful. These are the areas where hydroelectric stations will be found. The mountains of the Pacific Northwest in the United States are one area with both of these features. The United States gets less than 10% of its energy from water. Most of this comes from the Pacific Northwest. All right, in chapter 9, famous hydroelectric plants. Let's take a look at our pictures here. So they have Niagara Falls, Canada, and the United States. So around 12 million tourists visit Niagara Falls every year. On the side, we have this dam in Brazil. And it says it took 30,000 people to build the dam. Wow. Okay. So, famous hydroelectric plants. Hydroelectric dams are in use all over the world. Here are a few famous ones. Niagara Falls. This beautiful waterfall is on the border between the United States and Canada. Niagara Falls is a famous tourist attraction. Since 1893, some of the water has flowed through a hydroelectric plant instead of over the falls. It is a source of power for thousands of people. Aswan High Dam. The Aswan High Dam in Egypt also uses water for power. Like Nasser, behind the dam is the largest human-made lake in the world. This body of water also supplies drinking water to Egypt. While doing that, it makes 10 billion kilowatts of power for the country every year. Itapu Dam. The Itapu Dam in Brazil is on the Paraná River, close to the famous Iguaçu Falls. It is part of the world's largest hydroelectric plant. The plant provides electricity to Brazil and Pará. So a huge waterfall. There are 275 waterfalls that make up the Iguaçu Falls, spanning almost 3 kilometers or 2 miles. Okay, I'm going to stop there for today.